Welcome back to the 2019 Manx Telecom Parish Walk. I've moved up now to Santon Church, the third of the parish churches, around about 11 miles into the event. It used to be the first timing point actually, since electronic timing came in 2007, but now of course we get electronic times from around as well, so hopefully some of the walkers, or all of the walkers in fact, their supporters and support crews will have received those text messages at Moran to let them know how the walkers are getting on at that particular point. But the leading walkers now are on the climb towards Santon Church. I'm just at the junction here where they will peel left and down the slip road towards the church. And it's number 16, Chris Cale, who leads the way at Santon. Proprietor, of course, of Up and Running, the shop on Bucks Road in Douglas. Chris, a very experienced parish walk competitor, and has finished, I think, consecutively for the last 16 years. He's certainly got a pretty good unbroken record of finishes as well. Second place to Santon is number 6, Kevin Edwards. Looking strong, only a matter of seconds behind Chris Cale. And they are going well indeed. And they're heading down now towards Santon Church, where they will make a U-turn after about 200 or 300 yards down there, and they come back on themselves down the slip road here, where they will pass through the support station, the feed station you can see there just behind the tree, and then on towards the blackboards and in search of the next parish church, which is Maloo, just 4 miles down the road from where we are here. So those are the race leaders. We now have in third and fourth position, number 1, Richard Gerard, and number 2, Liam Parker. Both previous winners of this event, of course. Richard Gerard, a 5-time winner. Liam Parker, the winner in 2017, as I mentioned earlier on. A nice and easy start, nice steady pace. There's no point pushing up the hill here into Santon. It's still very early stages of this event. Number 3, Pete Miller, in 5th place. And number 7, James Quirk, in 6th position. Looking comfortable, looking strong, very easy-going style of both Pete Miller and James Quirk in particular. Nice and steady on the way into Santon here. We then have the first of our non-finishers, number 346, whose name I do not have, but I will consult my programme in just a moment and give this gentleman a mention. Going well here. He may be a previous entrant, but certainly hasn't finished before, due to the fact that he's got a bit of a low number. So number 346 is Simon Gorn. So Simon Gorn holding on to 7th place as he arrives here at Santon Church. Number 10, Tony Edwards, who led on the athletics track at the NSC. He's in 8th position on the approach to Santon. So as I say, it's a fairly undulating route here to Santon actually. I think the start to Peel in particular, people don't always appreciate just how bumpy it is. Apart from the section from Maloo Church to Rushen, which is around about 4 miles of pretty flat terrain, there isn't a lot of respite actually from the hills. There's an up or a down somewhere along the line. And of course going up and over the Slock as well is a really arduous one, particularly the Balacalawi climb actually at the bottom of the Slock. But these walkers have made good time to Santon. Just taking a look at the watch now, it's just gone 10 to 10 in the morning, so about an hour and 50 minutes has elapsed of the parish walk. So these guys making good time to Santon. I think last year the leaders were at Santon in around about 1:49, 1:50, so that's around about 11 minutes, 10 minutes to 10. So they're on target, I think, to be pretty consistent with the sort of times that we were seeing in last year's event to Santon. Just looking back down the road here, there aren't any further walkers making their way up the hill just as yet, so we'll just catch the leaders as they come back now from Santon Church. They'll make a left turn here through the ShopRite feed station and under the tree here, and they will then be on their way down the hill towards the blackboards, where they will hook a right onto the Orrisdale Road and join the back road, the St Mark's back road into Ballasalla. So Chris Cale, looking smooth, looking strong, on his way now towards Maloo Church. Kevin Edwards looking strong as well, 2nd place for him. Nice and steady. Keeping Chris Cale in sight. So it's a good pace being set at the front of the race here. Chris Cale with that very smooth style that he has. Looking good. Now looking back down the road here, we have number 5, David van der Koylen, being pursued by number 4, Dr. David Walker from Nobles Hospital. David van der Koylen, I'll hopefully come on to talk about in a little bit more detail later on. He's got some superb records in long distance race walking on the continent, which we'll hopefully refer to later on. This is Liam Parker, 3rd place. and Peter Miller now. So Richard Gerard has just had a stop here, I think, at Santon Church. Richard Gerard was alongside Liam Parker, of course, as we saw on the arrival into the church, so he may have just stopped for the loo or stopped for a drink. James Quirk going through, in company there, as you can see, with Peter Miller, number 3. So that's the leading walkers through here at Santon. I think we've got down to about 8th or 9th position. I've lost track, I'm afraid, of exactly where we are. Just looking back down the road now, and I think we have the leading lady here now. It is the leading lady. It's number 27, Jane Farquhar, who's just about to head down towards the church. Jane Farquhar with Robbie Collister in tow. This is Tony Edwards now, out of Santon, on his way to Maloo. So Richard Gerard, good to see Richard Gerard's back on the trail. So obviously a brief stop for him. No panic at all, plenty early enough yet. And he's taking on some water. Very important, of course, in these conditions to keep hydrated as much as you can. So Richard is away, and he's off towards Maloo as well. So I'll just take a final wander down the road here now at Santon. I'll break off this video in a moment and then start another one in just a second, just to get a few more walkers through here, just to help with the upload speeds of the videos onto YouTube when I come to put them on in a few moments' time. So the road is clear as we look back now. So brief summary there of some of the walkers that we've had through Santon. There's nobody coming back down the Santon road just yet. So I'll just stop this video and come back in just a moment or two.